If this is your first time here at Real World PDR, welcome. Make sure you like and subscribe to this channel. Stay tuned for the end of this video and I'll tell you how to get a Dent Freakz PDR paddle with a Real World PDR engraving. Hey, what's up? This is Jim with Real World PDR. Now, I do have a what to look out for at MTE video coming, but there's two tools that I just couldn't wait on. First off, we're gonna take a look at the new Dent Reaper whale tails. So since I got these things, I have been looking for excuses to play with them. Even if that means I have to create some reasons to play with them. But that's okay, let me show you how they work, what makes them so cool. So on one side, we have this sweet balloon tip made for soft, flat pushes. On the other side, we have this sharp tip for sharp accuracy. You'll also find that the grind on either side is a little different, so you can play around and figure out which side you like the best. If you know nothing about whale tails, make sure you log on to realworldpdr.com, but most of the time they're used to get between a brace and the skin of the panel. So first things first, this is the dent we're going to be working on. We're going to be using the flat side. Now, this dent is actually much larger than it appears. I have the light right up on it. It's really quite deep though. You can see here over my shoulder that it's the size of a oversized or even double oversized hail dent and pretty sharp. I actually used the handle of this tool to cause that dent. So what you're gonna find using this tool to begin with is that it is a little bit harder to find your tip than it is with a standard whale tail because that tool actually rolls a little bit. You'll find that there's one particular area that you end up pushing up with. But once you do figure that out, you'll find that you can get a lot of sharp dents up very quickly and very cleanly. Whether you get perfect leverage and you're pushing up nice and flat, or it rolls through that dent a little bit, either way, what ends up happening is the bottom of this sharp dent is gonna come up very, very cleanly. Now this is sped up double speed because it's not necessarily a how-to video, but as you can see here, the very bottom of that dent is really all that's left. It has picked up everything very, very nice and smooth. So now what we do is we flip over this tool and now we have that sharp bit for finishing. It also works great for aluminum. Because the handle's ratcheting, there's no need for a left and a right. One tool does both. So whatever your access is telling you that you can get the sharp point on either side. So now, just making sure to control my pushes, I can pick this thing up extremely cleanly. There's been balloon tips, there's been sharp tip whale tails, but this is the first time that I have ever seen both implemented so cleverly. So these tools come in another style too, that is this. Imagine the Lucky 7 with a bit more bite to it. I found these things super useful because, first of all, you can access places that other whale tails can't because of that shape. You also have this balloon type round edge and you still have that sharp point here. So for instance, we have another dent up here. Watch this. So because of this shape, I can access places where a normal thickness whale tail won't. So I still get all of that good drive, the sharp side and the balloon type side, all in one tool. This is really ingenious if you ask me. This is one thing I like about Reaper tools. They look to the future and they figure out how are you going to be pushing dents in 2 years, and then they make tools that fit that. In the next clip here, watch the handle. So I'm going to adjust the handle several times and you can see how far out I'm reaching with this and how much drive I'm actually getting with this tool. It's super controllable. It's great. You can switch your grip at will. There is not a whole lot more that I could say about this tool. This is the only set of whale tails, Reaper tails, excuse me, that I have that can do all of this. So these are the reasons I love that tool so much. First of all, they come in 3 different lengths, which makes it very, very handy. Now, the handles here, these A1 handles, I've never been a huge fan of them, but on these tools, they seem to make sense. And it allows you to get the right pushing angle quickly, no matter what you're after. Also, no need for a right and left set. If you've got your balloon tip over here, well, just switch it around, now it's over here. So that's definitely awesome. It works the same for both sets of these. I totally recommend picking up some of these. There is a learning curve to it, but it's a short learning curve. It didn't take me but a day to really feel comfortable using these. I've been a Dentcraft whale tail guy forever. You could not convince me that any other whale tail was worth buying until these came out, and now these might just be my favorite. Now they are a tad thick, so you're still gonna want some of those Dent Craft whale tails, but whenever I can, I'm reaching for these. I love the versatility of them. I just love them so much, so much. So again, that's the Dent Reaper whale tail. Now these are the teardrops. I'm not sure what they're calling the other ones, but they're awesome. Now, far be it from me to not give credit where it's due. Now, John Vadim is the man behind Dent Reaper, but Real World PDR member and newer PDR technician Ryan Bunt actually came up with this idea with this exact drawing. Just proving my point that new guys, you have fresh eyeballs on this thing, innovate something. Now, the second tool I want to talk to you about is the Dent Freakz paddle. Now, knocking down tools don't get near the kind of attention that they deserve. That's ridiculous because you're gonna spend about 70% of your time doing PDR, especially on big dents, knocking down. These Dent Freakz paddle. Now, I've been working with the guy who's been making these, and they've gone through several iterations. Now, this is the final one. They're available everywhere. It's got this real thick leather side, which I totally dig. The weight's nice on them. They've got the magnets. Stick them to the panel, everything's good. Very, very comfortable in the hand. Now, of course, you can always go cheap and get your PDR finesse paddles, and they work fine, but they will wear out on you. Also, if you watch some realworldpdr.com, I teach you how to use this leather side in some pretty unique ways. The leather side also keeps you from annoying your neighbors because it definitely dulls down the noise that your knocking down makes. So, if you're in the market for a pretty sweet paddle, I would recommend looking into these Dent Freakz paddles. They're awesome. If you haven't yet, make sure you sign up for the PDR Workshop that we're having right here in my shop. This is a huge opportunity, tons of tool manufacturers, and this is gonna be the best value you can find in PDR learning. Also, you want this free Dent Freakz paddle? Well, I tell you what, the next 5 people who sign up at realworldpdr.com for PDR monthly are gonna get one of these. Also, if you're already a member, I'm gonna give away 5 more Dent Freakz paddles to current subscribed members. These paddles are 95 bucks. PDR monthly's only 65. There's no way you can lose. We also have tons of discount code from other tool manufacturers, and you will be the first to be able to buy Revolution PDR Tools' newest tool. Thank you so much for your support now and in the future. I'll see you on the next one. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. Your support means everything.